Hello, King Divine. Hello, Sharika. Can y'all hear me okay? Buenas tardes, Antoinette. Chattaboo Nation, good afternoon. All right. I hope y'all got y'all notebooks and stuff ready because I'm getting ready to teach you about ancestors, okay? A lot of people get confused on ancestors, so if you know some, I'm still going to teach you more. Get your questions ready about the ancestors. Okay. Our ancestors consist of how did you get here? You had to have two parents. You had to have four grandparents. You had to have eight great grandparents. You had to have 16 second great grandparents. You had to have 32 third great grandparents. You had to have 64 fourth great grandparents. You had to have a total of 128 fifth great grandparents. You had to have a total of 256 sixth great grandparents. You had to have a total of 512 seventh great grandparents. You had to have 1,024 eighth generational great grandparents. And altogether, you had to have 2,048 ninth generational great grandparents. So that breaks down to 4,094 of your ancestors on your mother and father's side. Out of those ancestors, everyone is not a good ancestor. Everyone thinks that our ancestor is Big Mama, Pop Pop, Mom, Dad, sister, brother, niece, nephew, aunt, uncle, blood. No. Some ancestors you don't even have a blood tie with. They chose you. You go back when I said spirits choose the person. If you are adopted, you have your biological ancestors from both sides, and also you have your adoptive parents on both of those sides. Because when they adopted you, their ancestors adopted them also. And this is how you can get spiritual gifts. If you're married, you inherit your husband's ancestors. You inherit your wife's ancestors. So you have many ancestors. The ancestors goes into a pool. For example, Mickey Mouse was that preacher of the church. He didn't have no kids. Well, I'm gonna say deacon. All right, but so he adopted Huey the Duck. He became Huey the Duck ancestor because he adopted it. Rosa Parks could have adopted one of y'all. Aretha Franklin could have adopted one of y'all. A high priest or a high priestess, a Mambo, a Yeye, a Baba, or a Ogun that didn't have any godchildren or didn't have any kids at all could have adopted you in the spiritual realm. That's why you always hear us say, call forth your ancestors, known and unknown, because majority of the time it's going to be the unknown ancestors that works with you. A lot of y'all have a lot of Caribbean ancestors, those ancestors that jumped over that ship that was heading to America, that was heading to Portuguese, that was headed to Spain, that was headed to Jamaica, and all those. They jumped off because they were seers. They were clairvoyant, claircognizant. They were prophetics. They knew what was coming. But the people on the slave ship, they wanted the riches because the colonizer told them they would have this. They would show them God. So they jumped in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. A lot of those are your ancestors. Your ancestors represent you, your DNA. That's what makes you who you are today. A lot of y'all, the generations, it skipped like fourth, fifth generation and hit your generation. Okay? Ancestral pool. When we transition, we go into like a school, like a pool. Okay? Some people go in the waiting areas, some call it limbo, some call it purgatory. You go in there. All right. The purpose of ancestral money, all right, is a petition, as above, so below. This gets them out of limbo. This gets them out of purgatory. This helps them pay off debt that they died with. Some of them owed their slave masters some things. Some of them owed debts, gambling debts, and stuff like this. This helps them break free. This helps get them back into the ancestral pool. The soul never dies. It goes back into full energy. If y'all seen the movie Soul, then y'all know what I'm talking about. All right? Your ancestors go up there. Some wants to come back and help you, some don't. Some of them reincarnate, and they come back as your child, your grandchild, your niece, your nephew, someone close to you. All right? Some of these children and ancestors you had in another lifetime. And that's why you get the soul ties of a soul brother, soul sister. Some people don't understand what that means, soul brother, soul sister. It means soul recognized soul. A lot of y'all don't know our soul breathes and can leave and come in of our body anytime we want. Our soul is made up of energies. Energies. When our soul was created, it was made out of soul energies, a lot of energies. There's 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and sulfur. No one talks about the sulfur. The sulfur is your dark people, like Jeffrey Dahmer, Marilyn Manson, Ted Bundy, other people, serial killers. Those are dark. People that only want to hurt people are dark. It's like, oh, I love the dark. That is your sulfur soul. Your soul sign is more advanced in astrology. People only want to talk about astrology and astronomy, but they don't understand how your soul was generated into soul signs. If you're going through any element in your body, you can tell your soul, aka your higher self, to go heal that area. You tell it to give it energy. So when you die, you go up into a soul pool. Okay? So that's why I'm saying sometimes celebrities die on this earthly plane. Baby, they not celebrities in the spiritual realm. They can come back as an ancestor because they felt pity on you. They can come back as a spirit guide. Right. So when you have a lot of them, like I said, when you adopted, you have your adopted ones, okay, because they adopted you. So their ancestors adopted you. Plus, you have your biological ones you don't know. People that have in your church, the church mother, the church father, that old lady that used to babysit you, or someone else, grandmother said, oh, this is my other grandchild. Come on in because you was best friend. They died. She can become an ancestor. Ancestor is just not your blood. Okay, sometimes y'all count on the ones that don't want to mess with you, especially if they religious program and they died that way. They don't have anything to do with you. That's why I always say call upon the ancestors 200 years back that you don't know that resonate with your highest good. They told me to go back to this. This is also a petition. What you would write is Mary Jane. If your parents are deceased, Mary Jane, the daughter of the Purple Haze, the mother of Ooh Wee. Okay, all my ancestors, known and unknown, that resonate with my higher good. I ask that you continue to open doors for me. I ask you to enhance my spiritual gifts. I ask this to break karmatic and generational curses, front and back. You I'm tongue tied. It's better if you use red ink or red marker, or prick your finger and stamp it with blood. That's a seal of approval. When you burn it, you take the lighter, preferably matches, because matches is of the earth, and you light it with the left hand corner of it in your bowl, and you release it to the east. The reason why you release it to the east, because the sun rises to the east. The east represents air, communication. All right. Any questions so far about knowing who your ancestors are? Yes, Chattaboo Nation, you can. You have to message me through my website to get that, and I will pick them. Well, me and Spirit will pick them, and then I will teach you how to do it. So far, any questions before I go to the next? All right. Now, ancestor altar. Back in the day, I'm talking about the Babylonian days, the caveman days. The altar was on the floor, on the ground, on the dirt. It's because that's the closest thing to our ancestors. Our ancestors come up. Lawas come up. Orishas come up. They don't come down. So when you hear people say, I'm gonna call them down, no, you don't. They come up. Only thing that comes down is angels, and there's like, oh my God, so many levels of angels. There's like 13 dimensions of different ranges of levels of angels. Everything else comes up. That's why when you summon Papa Elegua, Papa Legba, Papa Eshu, you knock 3 times on the earth. Because your altar's supposed to be of something of the earth. It's really supposed to be on the floor. But if you can't do it on the floor, something of earth, which is wood, it has to be towards the east because, like I said, the sun rises. So whatever you sit and talk to, it goes up. Okay? Air is communication and mentalism. You have to have fire. Fire, a candle, white candle. Candles hold the way for spirits to come through. You lighten their path so they can come through. The candle will pop. The candle will move. If you focus on the candle, they will show you pictures. Your ancestors is always talking. When you get done with the candle jar, the glass, I don't have the one. Dang, I was supposed to demonstrate one. Your candle could be foamy, fudgy, milky, but they always leave messages for you. If you want to know if your mother's contacting you, she will leave her face in the candle wax. If your father, whatever, they always leave messages. When it's popping, they are talking to you. Always have a candle going that lights the path for them. Anytime you're doing spiritual work, always invite your spirits with them. Always have a candle going. Next one is air. You can have incense as air. Once again, burn 2 incense, take a picture of it. Spirits need something to latch onto. So if you take a picture of the incense smoke, zoom it in, you will see all type of spirits. They will reveal your enemies to you. Anything you want. Also, a feather represent air. Water. It needs to be in a glass. Water. Don't worry about if it has bubbles. Okay, that does not mean your ancestor did not accept it. Bubbles just mean spiritual activity. If you have clear water, they still there, they accept it. You will see because it will start ascending, it will start evaporating. Water is a portal. They would talk to you in that water. Well, I can't hear them. They talk to you. Ancestors give signs, but let me correct you. Every sign is not a spiritual sign. So sometimes people go too far, like, oh, I see a red chipmunk. What does that mean spiritually? Nothing. You just saw a red chipmunk. So some people overdo the things. But water holds memory. Water is a portal. They would tell you, you might see an eye, take a picture of it. You be like, why is there an eye in there? Why am I seeing this person at the altar with my picture? They will reveal to you. In the days, our ancestors used water as scouring. They used the moonlight or the candlelight. A lot of y'all need to get used to candlelight and in the dark. Our ancestors didn't have light switch. So you have to communicate with them through the moon, outside in the moon, moon water, dark water. Your phone screen is a scarring. It's dark. Your computer screen is a portal. Your TV is a portal. All right? The next one is earth. Earth can be flowers. Earth can be crystals. Earth can be cornmeal. You can have cornmeal on your altar. That represent earth because that is foods of our ancestors. Some call it grits, some call it cornmeal, some call it polenta, some call it porridge. Cornmeal is the food of our ancestors and it represents earth. Having $2 bills, where do you get $2 bills at? At the bank. Silver dollars is good to have on your altar. You need to have a white tablecloth or a white whatever handkerchief, or it depends on how big it is. On there, it holds vibration. Never do work on your ancestor altar unless they tell you to. And normally that is like a coffee ritual that I teach my students how to do with your ancestors. But other than that, never do work on your ancestor altar. Another altar y'all should have is a bovida. A bovida represents your spirits and yourself. You see a lot of Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, people that's in Santeria, Lucumi, they have it, but it's called a bovida. The next one, you should have your deities. Lawaz, Orishas, your Jiras, any Egyptian deities, that is separate. Then you should have your work altar or the altar of the dead. Never do anything like that on your ancestor altar. It's disrespectful. You cannot, if you don't have pictures of your ancestors, majority of the ancestors will go back 200,000 years, you're not going to have it. So you get a brown piece of paper. Why? Because this is the real color of earth paper. This is the real color of trees. This is of earth. The paper is white because they added dyes and chemicals. When you do petitions, when you do anything, it should be a brown paper. You should also have matches because it's of sulfur and it's of wood. When you write their names, known and unknown, on my mother's side, father's side, that resonate with my highest good. I am blood of your blood, flesh of your flesh, bone of your bone. I welcome you. I would not be here if it was not you. Everything needs to be of nature. If you know your ancestors are alcoholics, but you still want them on your altar, don't put liquor on there if you knew they was an alcoholic. Yes, golden dollars is okay. If you know they was on drugs, I wouldn't advise them to be on your altar, but y'all grown, I can't tell y'all what to do. Don't put no drugs on the altar. If you know you want to summons one of your ancestors to help you financially, don't get with someone that died holding a lot of debt, had gambling problems. Don't ask somebody from your ancestors to help you if they had 8 wives and they was cheating, had 13 baby mamas. You don't want to do that. If they don't want something on their altar, they will knock it down. They will knock it down. You be like, what the hell? Or their food got mold on it. Okay? How do you feed them? There's 2 ways you can feed your ancestors. Food and keeping up their memories. That's 2 ways. Sitting with them, talking with them, not saying I, saying we. Okay? When you leave to go to work or wherever, I'm trying to get y'all something. Imagine this is a glass of water. Okay, it's my Motrin. When you go out the door, come on, we get ready to go to work. You get some water to the left, to the right, to the middle. Accompany me safely, protecting me as we journey to work. Work with me. Help me to avoid negativity, anyone that's trying to hurt me. When you get ready to go to work, we're going home. Protect me. It's pouring out libations. The thugs do it for my homie. That was an African thing. When you pour it, they will come. You call, they will come. If you go to them with an attitude, they're going to have an attitude with you. Remember, they were human. Breaking generational curses. You have to sit in meditation. You have to use your imagination. Your imagination is where your magic is. What do? You get a tea light candle. First thing you do, a lot of y'all ain't gonna like this. You're gonna go before any altar, anything clean, because we reek of negativity and we stink, okay, of negativity. So when you go nasty, dirty, and not cleansed, you're going to attract jinns. You're going to attract low vibrational spirits, a lot of trickster spirits. A jinn is a low vibrational spirit that will mimic your ancestors, will mimic someone you know, will eat your ancestral food. So you want to go before them cleanse. I don't recommend sage because sage is a ceremony. And if you don't know how to use sage properly, you opening up portals. And half of y'all don't know how to close the portals. So I would suggest palo, frankincense, incense, copal, myrrh. Smoke yourself in it. All right? Or take a shower. Ancestral will come to you if you do shadow work. After you take a shower, you have a candle. It can be a tea light candle. You in front of that bathroom mirror. Lights off. Only thing you are is butt naked. Naked you came out the room. Naked you going to return back. So you want to be butt naked with the candle. And you're going to stare in your face, your image in the mirror. You're going to always call forth your protection. Archangel Michael, surround me with a bright light. However you want to do it, or imagine you in a bubble. However, imagine your warrior ancestors surrounding you. You get in that mirror and you say, after you do it, mirror, mirror on the wall, show me, reveal to me all that is part of me. My ancestors, known and unknown, that resonate with my highest good. Show me everything that I was in a past life, my light and my dark. And you stare in that image of you. Your eyes is going to tear, your eyes is going to blink. Least for 3 minutes, and you will automatically see your face change. Yes, it's going to be scary for some because y'all fear the unknown. But this is how you address shadow work. This is how you meet your ancestors. When I did it, my mother appeared. I turned into my mother. It was emotional for me because I was close to my mother. And then I seen myself as a vampire. I seen myself as a tree. I seen all types of stuff. I seen myself as a man. This is part of shadow work. This is how you connect with your ancestors. Also, when you get done, like I said, you go and you sit. Always cover your head. This is protection of your crown. This is your meeting room for spirits. Always cover your head. It's your sanctuary. It keeps out negativity. It's your meeting space for your spirits and your ancestors. You cover it. You call forth your protection and you say, I am blood of your blood, flesh of your flesh, bone of your bone. The same air you breathe upon is the same air I'm breathing now. The same earth you was alive walking on, I am alive walking on now. I welcome you, my ascended ancestors, known and unknown on my mother and father's side, into my vessel. We are one. Without you, I would not resist. I am powerful, but with you, I am powerful. I am the one you sung about. I was the one you prayed about. And then you say, I call you forth. You let your mind go free. Your mind is a computer. You use your imagination. Whatever name you hear, that is the name. Whatever you see here, that is what you're supposed to see. Whatever you smell, that's letting you know. Whatever you feel, everyone is not going to see, but you can smell, you can feel, and you can hear. Don't base your spiritual journey because someone can see. Because where they can see, baby, you can hear your ass off. And where you can't hear, someone else can feel. Sometimes when you have clairsentient, you be like, oh, I feel like I'm going to have a heart attack. Why do I feel like there's a grandma around me? This grandmother had a heart attack. That's how you know. When you call them forth, how to break generational curses with your ancestors. You imagine them, you making them a gift bag. You making them a gift bag. And say you was molested by your uncle that died. This is going to be a touchy touchy subject for a lot of y'all. You call them forth, but be ready because it's going to trigger you. You say, I offer you this gift. I love you. I forgive you for what you did to me. I no longer resonate with molestation. I'm breaking that. I no longer resonate with drinking. I'm breaking that because our family have a history of alcoholism, molestation. I'm breaking the chains of this. I'm breaking this back. I appreciate it, but it no longer resonates with me. I take it back and I give it back to you. That's how you start off releasing stuff from you. And it goes on and on and on. Where does the molestation come from? Back in the colonizers' days, when the mother had to mate with their own sons, when the sister and brother had to mate because they considered us breeders. It's in the bloodline. That's why it's traumatized. Why does it that the brown and black family does not always have the absentee father? It's because they were sold in slavery. That was in the bloodline. It's traumatizing. What does the homosexuality come from? Buck breaking. That's why the people that's sagging with their pants down below their butt back in the slavery days, that meant that slave got broken in front of his mother, in front of his wife, in front of his children, because he was a mandingo and they wanted to break him. So what they do, they did that to him from the back door. And all the other colonizer slave masters knew it because his breeches hung above his butt. That's why they doing it now. A lot of these young kids don't know what that means. That means I like it in the booty. It goes back generational. It is traumatizing. So what you do, you break it in meditation. Meditation is your number one key in spirituality. That's your fixer thing. It's not always candle working. That works too. All right? But also in meditation, calling them forth. Any questions so far? Any questions so far? Hello? Not all at once. Anybody else? Not all at once? Okay. All right. I thought I lost my train of thought. Getting to know your ancestors. You always call on the ones, I'm telling you, trust me on this. You call on the ones you don't know that resonate with your highest good. The reason being is because they share the same gifts as you. They walk the same struggles as you. One of your ancestors could have been back in 1835 or something like that. The husband had a drinking problem, beat her. She knows how to handle that. A lot of y'all ancestors were herbalists. That's why when you're spiritual, you need to learn about herbs. Our ancestors came from another part of the world, and they can go into the woods and find a duplicate of their homegrown plant or weed or whatever that was in their country or continent. They came to this country and knew the meaning of it. It's very important to know your herbs. Herbs is very important. The colonizer did not want our ancestors to do herbs because our herbs were healing. They call it witchcraft because they didn't understand. A lot of y'all ancestors are Moors. Moors are they the one that taught the Europeans how to use soap, how to properly bathe, how to properly read. Moors were the best doctors. Everyone traveled to their country, their continent, to learn about medicine, to learn about herbs, to learn about being a doctor. When you are a spiritualist, you are that spiritual advisor. You are that doctor. So anytime you are healing someone, you give them a prescription. If you cannot sleep, passion flower, skullcap, ashwagandha, chamomile, lavender. Connecting with the elements is going to also help you connect with your ancestors. Our ancestors was traumatized. When you were in your mother's stomach, you took on your mother's traumatization, what her mother did, her mother did, her mother did, her mother did, all the way down to the beginning of whatever. It's in the bloodline. It just skips generations. Y'all might have a history of mental illness. It skipped 4 generations, but it hits your generation, your kids. You can break that. The way that they eat. We didn't always eat the pig intestines or nothing like that. It's because that was the leftovers. So they had to make it do what it do. And it caused clogged arteries. Because they had that diet, does that mean you need to have that? It starts with you to change generations. Some of your ancestors, like I said, you don't know. They adopted you because they didn't have a family. So they blessed you and gave you a spiritual birthright. A lot of y'all have gifts that's ready to give birth, but y'all have not dominated the gifts that y'all have now. We have many, 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 many gifts, but y'all too focused on why you don't have this gift and that person do. Every gift was gave to you. If someone was to take your gifts, it's not going to work for them like it works for you because it was designed for you. Some people's gifts will make another person go crazy because that gift was for you. Any questions so far? Anything? No? Your ancestors was there. How do you tap into your gifts? Your spirit guides. Everything has free will, but everything is held accountable for their choices. Some ancestors say F a free will. My baby's in trouble. I don't like this relationship. I'm going to break this relationship up because he's not spiritual or she's not spiritual. She's getting off the path. He's taking her down the wrong road. But getting to your gifts, spirit guides, animal spirit guides and your ancestors that go back, try to go back as 200,000 years, 200 years. They will enhance your gifts. Connecting to your tree will enhance your gifts. Doing the exercise, Claire exercise. When you work on the ones that's strongest, that you dominate, the other ones will fall in place. Everyone has all the clairs. Some is just stronger than others. And that's the one you need to focus on first before you focus on the others. A lot of y'all are greedy and y'all can't even handle what y'all have. When you close your eyes and you see faces and images, you are tapping into the spiritual realm. Everyone has the gifts to do spiritual things. Everyone has it. Some people choose not to use it, so they lose it. But everyone does. Your ancestors can come back as animals. Okay? If you have money of your country or continent, burn that if you can't get the ancestral money. So if you live in Canada, Canadian money. If you live in Mexico, then the money they use. If you live in Puerto Rico, they have American money, but they have their own money too. If you live like in Philippines, whatever, burn it. Whatever you have, it does not have to be American money if you don't live in America. If you're from the islands, Jamaica, Trinidad, burn their money. I'm open for questions, guys. What you bind on earth, you bind in heaven. What you loose on earth, you loose in heaven. That's where as above, so below comes in from. They just didn't say it the biblical way. They said it the spiritual way. It's the same meaning. The Merkaba star right here looks like the Star of David. The Jews adopted the Merkaba star. It's two triangles saying as above, so below. That's what the Merkaba represents, the Star of David, as above, so below. If you smell sulfur, that is a malevolent entity. That is a spirit like demons, the Goetias. It can be Baphomet. It can be any dark entity. You can burn it inside in a bowl and then take it outside and release it to the east, or you can just burn it outside and release it. The choice is yours. I'm not tapping in, Priscilla Barkley. This is a teaching moment. So, no, I'm not going to tell you if you're doing something wrong. What is the question? Is it about ancestor table or money? I can answer that way. But if it's regarding your life, I am not tapping in. This is teaching moment. Okay? I'm not doing no cards. I'm not tapping into nobody's life. This is a teachable moment. Y'all want to know? I'm here for you to teach you. Your ancestors, how do you know your ancestors are around? All right? Do you ever feel like you walked into a spider web and you up there looking for the spider web? You walked into one of your spirits, your ancestors. When it feeling like bugs is crawling on you, they are showing you they are there. They giving you this. Sometimes you little specks like, what the heck? They kissing you. If you notice like the covers are getting pulled off of you or feel like someone's covering you up, that is your ancestors or there's your spirits. Sitting and you notice your bed go down or your bed jerking, that's them. Towards the east, Chattaboo Nation. towards the east. The altar should go towards the east. Okay, like I said, back in the day, the ancestor altar was on the floor because spirits come up. They don't come down. Only thing that comes down is angels. Everything else comes up. After shadow work, how do I close the portals from the mirror? I am no longer energetically known and unknown, attached to anything known and unknown. I close all portals from the east, west, north, south, from people, places, things, entities. I close all portals, and you have to imagine it's getting smaller. Your chakras are portals too. So every night y'all should shut down your portals, your chakras, because you get attacked. They attack your throat chakra. That's your portal. So you need to see all of them getting small and getting dark. You could be at home and you can hear something laughing or something slamming, or you know you're the only one there and something's cooking. That is your ancestors. If you up there thinking of a certain food, you're like, why I'm thinking about a chocolate cake. I don't really eat it like that. It's because it's not for you. Yes, you can use any amount of money. If you want to get rid of negativity, keep your onion skins. Burn your onion skins. Yes, you can. Okay. I have pendulums, but this is my pendulum for chakras. Okay. So sometimes I use this. But say this is a regular pendulum. All right. This is for Goddess of Peace 41. You need to get you a pendulum. And you need to sit with it. I mean, not sit with it. You need to place it on your ancestor altar. Okay. When you get one, if you need help, I will help you bond with it and everything. So just say this one's bond with it. All right. When you ask yes or no questions, because like I said, there's trickster spirits. You always ask, is there spirits that's surrounded by divine light helping me? Okay. You can also ask your pendulum, show me yes. It will show you yes. It will show you no. So anytime you ask that question, say, am I surrounded by divine light spirits? If it says yes, okay, then you know they are answering you. You would say, is there any trickster spirits around me? If it's going back and forth like this, yes, then it's saying yes. All right. So this is to help you get confirmation. If a lot of y'all not into the tarot cards or oracle cards and y'all need confirmation and y'all don't want to trust people because people can be evil. And a lot of people, they have that monkey mind. They got ego problems. So they telling you, yeah, and really it's not. You will go to somebody that you know by using your intuition. But this right here, not this one, but you need to get one. This is for yes and no to ask. Okay? Some people have a pendulum board that has letters on it. If you want to know this answer, to show me which one are you, it could go to A. They telling you the letter A. You might have had a grandmother named Allison, or Alicia, or something like that, Ashley. Even your own necklace can be a pendulum because it has your energy on it. But everyone should have some type of divination tool on your ancestor altar to talk to them. But you need to sit with it, bond with it, cleanse it, everything. Any other questions? If you have any type of, for example, I read playing cards. Okay. I let my ancestors charge them because one of my generational grandmother was a gypsy. So she taught me how to read these. So I would charge them. So when she said, pull my gypsy cards out, pull the cards out, I'm going to do divination with you. That means when I'm doing divinations on somebody, my grandmother's there helping me. She's helping me. She taught me how to do this. I charge them. If I want to talk to her, I'll pull it out. I'll be like, grandmother, what's popping, baby? Talk to me. Okay? You can put all types of stuff on there, but you cannot do work on your ancestral altar that's disrespectful. People say, can it go in my bedroom? My ancestral altar's in my bedroom. That's my personal choice. I'm sensitive anyway, so I don't sleep anyway because of the energy. Sometimes y'all ancestors be up here talking to me and say, you need to go tell this and this and this. I need you to deliver this message. I don't know what sleep is. So my ancestral altar's on there. When I come in my bedroom, I knock on the door as respect. I'm like, I'm coming in. If I'm changing my clothes, I said, do you mind turning y'all back or leaving? It's just a respect thing. Spirits see through your clothes anyway. Spirits walk through you. That's why you be like, woo, a cold chill. They like walking through you. They get a kick off that. They in there while you washing yourself in the shower, taking a bath. When you on the toilet, they there. But it's out of respect. You respect them, they respect you. When you call your ancestors, your ascended ancestors to you, make sure you have everything ready. They don't like to wait. Spirits do not like to wait. So make sure you have your candle, everything that you're going through. If you do have the gift of auto writing, ask them to speak through you. Everything that comes through, they want you to write it down. You had the two what? Can you go more into that? I don't know what you're talking about. I had two that came up missing. What came up missing? They will also teach you how to eat. Also, some of y'all ancestors can be a La Madama. La Madama is the madam. Okay, I'm confused. First, someone said I had two that came up missing from where I put them. What do that mean? Then I seen someone say, "Can we get it on your website?" Okay, I need y'all to talk to me English. When you do that, like I said, I said close all portals from the east, west, north, south, from people, places, things, and entities, known and unknown. There's people that are portal keepers that could come into your house and open up a portal and you don't even know it. Be careful who you let in your house. Back in the days, my mother's Haitian and Dominican. Okay, so I'm Haitian, Dominican, and Cuban. When my grandmother died when I was like 13. And I remember when we had to go over her house for Sunday dinner, she would make everybody wash their feet before coming in her house. It's because people bring stuff in your house on purpose. Always, we had to leave our thing, our purses and stuff at the door because your so-called friend can drop something behind the couch and then you wonder why there's a demon running around your house. You'll wonder why this is happening in your house. My grandmother on my mother's side trusts no one. You would have to wash your feet before you came in her house. Be careful who you let come in your house. Everyone does not have good intentions for you. That pendulum, whatever color it was, it served its purpose, or they didn't want you to have that color pendulum. That was the wrong pendulum. Okay? Pendulums have to talk to you just like crystals. They will talk to you, they will vibrate. I'm telling you, they will talk to you. Crystals are alive. Pendulums are alive. I don't know why they told me to tell you this. I don't know who this is for, but y'all got to quit letting everybody come into your house. Don't let everybody sit on your bed. They are little imps and spirits drop off on people and they running around in your house. They getting attached to your children. You wonder why your children are acting out. I don't know who this is for, but y'all need to stop letting everybody in your house. Have them leave their shoes out there. Oh, Alama Dama. Perdóname, mamá, okay? Perdóname. Yo sé. She hates when I describe her like this, but Alama Dama is like the ancient mama lady or the Gone with the Wind lady. You know, the top slave woman of the slave house. She was the doula. She was the accountant. She was the cook. She was over everything. That is Alama Dama. People came to her. Okay, she was the fortune teller. She was the healer. A lot of y'all that been passed down for generation and generation and generation. That is considered an ancestor. You have your ancestors, and then you have your spiritual ancestors. And your Lama Dama, the male version of a Lama Dama is a Don, D-O-N, Don Julio, Don Jorge, Don Francisco, Don Miguel, Don Adam, Don David, however you want to say their names. You have Dons and then you have Lama Damas. That's good, the Vista powder, yes. And then once you get done Vista powdering, you can get some frankincense, some myrrh, or some sweet grass, or some jasmine or sandalwood, and bring in the good smelling stuff also. And also, Antoinette, you never know. Some people are in the house, in the closet spiritualists. Say y'all out to lunch. Make sure if you leave, you take your straw with you. It has your DNA on it. Make sure you leave, take anything that has your DNA on it because they can use that to work you. You can't trust every spiritual person. I'm telling you, jealousy is real. Envy energy is real. They can use that against you. Especially if you're going in a girl trip and y'all meet up and y'all like, oh, I met this girl off Facebook. She lives in the same state as me, city as me. We're going to go eat. Hey, people coming to your life to hurt you or to bring you up. So y'all have to be leery of everything, especially your children. If they can't get you, baby, they will get your children. Give your animals spiritual baths. Give your baby spiritual baths. I'm telling you, people are ruthless. As far as the pendulums, I do sell them. You do get a pendulum in the mystery divination box. If y'all was to get one of my mystery divination box, you get a divination coin. You might get a like a here I come to say today. I don't have shit ready. You might get some cards. You might get a little, you always get a candle. You always get a soap. You might get, I even do mini altars for people, a mini altar setup. All you gotta do is talk to me. I am a Reiki, I'm a Grandmaster Reiki, healer, and a shaman. Everything I do, I put energy in it. I work with y'all ancestors. Every box is based on y'all energy with y'all ancestors. I have a love box. I have, like I said, money box. Everything is different. Everything. You might get a pendulum. You might get this. You might get that. Who no say? I don't know. No, pendulums don't lie. I got different types of pendulums. When I want to see, I can see when someone is chakra is blocked, but sometimes I need confirmation, especially if I'm working solo. This is my pendulum for knowing what's open and what's blocked. This is my confirmation. I programmed it to show me what, how, if it's blocked or if it's open, especially when I'm doing hands-on. I can see, but I also like confirmation. Okay? If I have to second guess myself, no. I always have confirmation. This is one for all chakras. Okay? I can't tell you her name, but this is what I use. Okay? But I put them in some boxes, like I said, come with pendulums. Yeah, your son is a medium. You constantly need to protect him. He's wide open too. He's wide open. Also, your house is a train station for spirits. So spirits get off at your house, and it's like a portal in your house, and spirits come in and out of your house. So I didn't know if you know that or not, but you need to constantly cleanse your house. Any other things you need to know about the ancestors? Hello, J Knock. How are you? But I'm telling you, y'all need to, anytime you are like burning petitions or whatever, like I said, use a candle, use matches. Unless you have to use this is fine, but prefer matches. Y'all got me for like 7 more minutes. Well, 8 minutes. Any questions? But all my products are made day to day. Say TT wanted something, like a spiritual soap. I will ask you to message me. I get her permission. Can I work with your ancestors? That soap is designed for her. So if she has any blockage, that soap is going to open her up. If she has any attachments, that soap is going to cleanse her. If she has anything like that, that was made just for her because I worked with her ascended ancestors and deities. That's how my stuff goes. My bath salts, my mystery box, and things like that. Now, as far as my oils, I have a portal oil. I haven't put it on there yet. This oil is to protect your portals, your third eye, your crown, the two on the sides, the back of your neck, your throat, and your belly button. You always put your oils in your belly buttons because you have a umbilical cord connected to the ether, to the universe, to you. Your ether, your soul is connected. So you should always put the oils in there. My oils are very strong, very strong. So when y'all get my oils, I did not do nothing to you. Like I said, my energy as a shaman is very strong. Peace. Okay, 54. Any questions? 6 more minutes. I'm sorry, my spirits is talking to me. If anybody's on here struggling with how to read tarot or oracle, I can teach you. My spirits taught me. So if I teach you, it's going to be by using your intuition. I don't go about that book. So you will never say refer to the book. I tell you, I will teach you intuitively. If that's the only place you can place it on the east, yes, it can be north. It can be that way. Yes, it can. Yes, they do not like to be remembered when they were sick. So if you meet them at your altar, they're going to keep coming at that altar. So if you move or you get ready to move the altar, you got to say, I'm moving the altar. We're going to meet over here. Also, I apologize. You need to have a bell or a rattle on your altar. This summons them. You need to have one of these on there. All right? saying happy heavenly birthday, happy Father's Day, Paw, Big Pop, whatever. I don't have nothing to eat, but I remember when we used to go fishing. Remember how you taught me this? You remember how you taught me how to fly a kite, ride a bike? I remember those. I miss the conversations with you. That is also feeding your ancestors. That is also feeding your ancestors. If you know your mom like a favorite perfume, get her a small bottle of perfume. Or the man like the cologne, earrings, their favorite brush, their favorite silverware, whatever. Let them know. When they do come to you, when spirits come to me, because I am a medium, I ask them, don't show me when you were hurt or when you were sick. They came to me when they were young and vibrant, full of life. That's how they want me to see them. They don't like it when they understand when you go to their resting place, but when you go there, it's like that's their final resting place. They're not there. Go somewhere where y'all used to be. Like I said, your altar or into a tree. Do not remember them when they're sick. They don't want that reminder. Just like you don't like to be reminded of certain stuff, they don't like to be reminded of that either. A Bible, a Bible. For some of y'all, when y'all grandmother was reading the book of Psalms, read her favorite Psalms out loud. That is also communicating with your ancestors. You can put a Bible, a Quran, a Torah, whatever on there. If they had a rosary, put the rosary on there. You can put Archangel Michael's statue on there as a protection. Get to know them. They know you. If you're struggling in a relationship, they will help you. But trust me, when they shut that door is shut. If you ask them to help you budget your money and you wonder why your card keep declining and you got money on there, they telling you you're not supposed to have that. You don't need that. If you're around a certain person and all of a sudden you get clumsy and you trip or something happens or your phone cut off or freeze up, you was not supposed to be talking to that person. They don't like that person. You ask them to reveal your friends and your foes, they will. If you at a restaurant and you know you got that sugar and you trying to order something, they will make you get sick. So when you ask your ancestors, ascended ancestors, to help you, baby, they will. And you're not going to like it. They straight to the point. You need to, Sadara, you need to ask for a mentor. Someone is genuine to help you and guide you. What a mentor is. A mentor is someone to guide you and help you achieve your goals. They see the best in you. They help you to elevate. A mentor is not supposed to hold your hand. A mentor is not your pocket psychic. A mentor is to help you guide you. That's what a mentor is. You should not be codependent on your mentor. Your mentor is like a teacher. Will push you to do it because they know you have it. They will teach you how to elevate, to how to learn. Not your pocket psychic. And a lot of people get that messed up. They get a mentor. That's not what a mentor is. If you want a spiritual advisor, that's what a spiritual advisor is. A mentor is a teacher to teach. Hello, Randy. So a lot of people get that messed up. Like, I need a mentor. A mentor is not supposed to be your best friend. No. If you want to go further, then you get a godparent, a padrino or a madrina, or you get a spiritual advisor. A mentor is a teacher. If you're going through relationship problems, you're not going to call your college professor. You're not going to call your science teacher. There's boundaries to everything. And a lot of people need to know what a mentor is. If you want a mentor to help you and guide you, that's what a mentor is. If you need a counselor, someone to help you, that's a spiritual advisor. If you want someone to carry you under your wings, that's a godparent. There's difference. A lot of people get that messed up. Your mom was an earth angel, Priscilla Barkley. So it is 7:01. I hope y'all understand everything, you know. Um, Somebody's heavenly birthday's coming up. I don't know who it is. Someone's heavenly birthday's coming up, and they want a birthday party. Somebody wants a celebration. I don't know if it's their death anniversary or it was their birthday when they was on earth. I don't know, but they want a celebration. They want a dinner and they want some wine. I don't know whose ancestor this is. They want you to release a balloon. Father's Day is coming. Honor your father's Heavenly Father's Day. Release a balloon. Set him out some dinner, little children's play. Call them and say, Happy Heavenly Father's Day. The body's dead, but the soul lives forever. They want you to remember, but someone is wanting you to release a balloon. I don't know who this is for. They want you to release a balloon. So it was a pleasure. Peace, love, and light. I say.